Printer came, finally, here it is. It's our Anet A8. We'll do an unboxing video, show you some of it, and let's get to it. Here are all the pieces laid out for you if you want to see them. So we have our linear bearings which go across. They were courteous enough to give us a few tools. This is our bed. This is the thing that sits on this so it goes back and forth. Some wiring, cable to open power supply cable, some PLA filament like the stuff I showed you in the last video, some micro limit switch for homing it, some belts for this, the head, this is the head, this is the extruder head, and this, our display, our main board, and these are pieces of acrylic. This is like the frame of it, like the frame of a car. These are our bearings, and these are our threaded rods right here. Threaded rods, bearings, and of course the most important part, we got our motors here. These are some stepper motors. This is the Z-axis, so this is the one that goes, makes it go up and down, And then these are our Y and X. As you can see, this one says Y, and the other one is our X. So these are all the pieces. This is our power supply, so it runs the correct voltage. But this is the printer all laid out for y'all, and I'm gonna get ready to build it. And I think I'm gonna build the frame tonight because right now it's 5:30, and yeah. So see you later. So what happened right here was my Canon camera didn't record. So as you can see, the frame has already been built. So I would like to mention that so you didn't get confused. But what I'm doing right now is I'm starting to assemble the Y-axis area, which would be the bed that slides back and forth. And so I'll elaborate more as I go through. So the reason I'm messing with the camera right now is I didn't like the position of it, and I'm soon actually going to move it up to that. If you can see on the top left, there's a bunch of knives. That's where I put it to get a better angle, like right now is where I'm moving it, just to get a better angle and get better quality shots, because I think it was too low and I didn't think y'all could get a good enough visual of what I was doing. As of right now in the video, I am threading nuts and washers onto a rod that's actually going to stiffen up the frame a little bit, just to give the frame a little bit more support. Because as of right now, with just the acrylic, with all those holes in it, it's pretty flimsy. Screws aren't just enough, so this will just help sturdy it up, as you can see right now. But I ran into a couple of problems, like when I put the bed on and I ran it back and forth, it wasn't parallel with the sides. So it took me about 30 minutes to get it right, because the frame's actually bent. It came bent, and some of the rods are slightly warped. That caused a lot of trouble, but I got it worked out. Now I am beginning to put on these smooth rods that will go and the bed slides on, which these linear bearings, as you can see right here in the video, go over, so it makes it really smooth, so the print bed goes back and forth, so the motor doesn't have to struggle, so it's much smoother and easier. It wouldn't be on threaded rods, because of course you don't want it on threads, you want it on the smooth. So that's the difference between the rods on the bottom with the nuts and the ones on the very top. The top ones are really smooth, the ones on the bottom have threads on them. So if you're wondering what those little silver things that are going over the rods, those are the linear bearings that the bed sits on. So those are actually really smooth. Like I said before, makes it really easy for the bed to go over and go back and forth for the print to get a better print job. I'm so sorry for this. I forgot that the camera was completely zoomed in, so what I was trying to do was explain, but as you can see, it worked out. What this is you see right now is what the bed sits on, and this is the piece underneath it. As you can see, it's what it sits on, and it slides back and forth, and that rubber tension belt is what makes it go back and forth. So, a huge part, like, if this doesn't work out, the whole print's going to get screwed up, nothing's going to look right. You're going to have overtopping, you're going to have heating issues, you're going to have everything. So this is the most important part. That's why in the most part of the next video I spend, I don't know how long, but probably 15 to 30 minutes trying to get this bed squared with the frame. As of right here in the video, I start to put on the actual bed. As you can see, it is the yellow looking thing. What that yellow stuff is on top is actually masking tape. Most 3D printers for DIY and etc. use masking tape, because it keeps the heat a lot better and you get a lot more adhesion. And as you can see right here, there's a spring, and I'm trying to screw, because in the video, okay, in this kit it gave me wing nuts, but in the video it just used regular, like, nuts. So like I couldn't see it that they're using different nuts. So I thought they were screwing it actually into the frame, creating threads in the metal piece. And I didn't know that. So I looked like an idiot for a minute. But then I realized what they did, and I fixed it. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm actually building the um, frames. I mean, that's like the most accurate I could probably say. They're the frames for the Z-axis, which is the up and down. So it's like what lifts the head, makes the head go up and down. And these are controlled by threads because, well, as you would see, it's more accurate. Because like if you have a belt, it doesn't make sense like that. But what I'm doing is I'm building the carriages that go on each side of the hotbed, and the motors go underneath it, and then the threaded rod gets attached to it. I'll speed up the video because this is a pretty long part, and I don't want to bore you guys to death. It's been a long day. I'm done with the build tonight. I'll pick it back up in the morning. I should have this thing. It's probably 85% done. I'll probably have it. I'll probably have it built by tomorrow afternoon, and I'll show you the progress of getting it better. So, well, see you then.